Hi.
Hi.
I'm Ariel.
I'm Bree.
I'm Chance.
Welcome to Slay What? A podcast where two women
And a gay.
will not shut the fuck up.
About horror.
And butts. I don't know.
Chance.
I don't know.
I gave you like a little bit and you just like...
And he took it and ran with it.
Took it and ran.
I have something to talk about up again. Chance, in the newest episode that was just released, the 28 days later, 28 weeks later one, he misspelled Hef's name.
I did.
Yep.
And now I think Hef is just going to be after him again.
I hope so.
Yeah, and he can't stop talking about him
I love
or
Hef.
to him.
Hef and I are best friends now. Well, you guys are cowards. You don't talk to Hef enough. Hef is lonely.
I tell him good morning when I come in.
Also, Bree is
But we're
sick
never
this
direct.
episode.
Oh yeah, so that's another thing we should probably talk about.
Yeah. How you doing, buddy?
Great. Great.
How do you feel? Explain it to us.
Like shit.
What's going on with your body?
It hurts.
What parts?
All of it.
Damn. Okay. What's that movie called?
Weekend at Bernie's.
We volunteered to do like a weekend at Bernie's situation where you would just be sleeping on the couch here.
Uh-huh.
She said no.
I know, and she said no, but that I would be puppeting your mouth.
Yeah, I think I'll be fine.
And
We'll
then
see.
Chance would do your voice. Do her voice.
Would you like to hear my Bree impression?
Yeah, do a Brie impression.
Bree, say something for me to copy.
Hey, Chance, go fuck yourself.
Hey, Chance, go fuck yourself. My name's Bree.
That's what you sound like.
Honestly,
Here, I'll put the camera on Ariel, and Bree, you say something, and then I say something, but we won't tell the audience who is speaking first, and we'll see if they can tell who is talking.
I hate you right now.
I hate you right now.
Ariel, could you tell who was
I
talking?
couldn't even fucking tell. I couldn't tell.
All right, let's get started.
Let's get started for sure. So what are you guys, because Chance is now apparently a part of this podcast officially.
Mm-hmm.
You guys, what are we doing tonight?
We're talking about METH GATOR.
Cocaine Bear. Sorry, I interrupted you.
Yeah, why do you think you're second?
Let's try this. Because yeah.
Bree's obviously first.
All right, let's take it from the top. I'm learning. I just started being the third
The
man.
host.
I don't
Okay,
know how
we're
this
talking
works.
about METH GATOR.
LAVALANTUla.
And Cocaine Bear.
Nice. But I'm going to start first, if that's okay with everyone.
And then
Also,
I'm going to go second, which is why I got so fucking confused.
you're going second because we want to sandwich you within the actual host.
Oh, sandwich? Was that not the appropriate
I'm so
response?
fucking confused. Also, I realized Cocaine Bear, drug and animal.
Yep.
METH GATOR, drug, animal. Mine is
Lava Ranch.
mine is element and arachnid.
Yeah, one of these things is not like the
And
other.
it's me.
Let's start with Lavarantula.
Nope.
Is it
Say again.
Lavalantula?
It's LAVALANTUla.
Okay.
Bree is so unimpressed with this entire fucking situation. All right, here we go. LAVALANTUla is a sci-fi original movie from 2015 directed by Mike Mendez. Mike Mendez has directed movies such as Satanic Hispanics.
What?
Yeah, you heard me right.
Okay.
Big Ass Spider.
That's a movie?
Yep. It literally has an exclamation point at the end. Big Ass Spider.
Okay.
Big ass spider.
Yeah, we could say it many. Big Ass
Ass.
Spider. And Bimbo Movie Bash.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm not fucking kidding.
Interesting. Okay.
Yep, that's on his
Fantastic.
IMDb, honey bunny. All right. He's probably most notable, and I think that you would know this, for directing a segment from Tales of Halloween.
Oh.
Tales of Halloween is like trick or treat, like Timu trick or treat.
Yeah.
And you can quote me on that.
Timu Trick or Treat.
It is. Trick or treat. Amazing.
One of the best Halloween movies ever.
Oh, yeah, Sam. We love Sam. He directed a segment called Friday the 31st.
Okay.
I have the whole plot on my notes, We don't have to go through it. It's too much. But it's basically, you watched Tales of Halloween?
No.
You haven't seen it?
No.
Okay, I insist you watch it. It's like one of the, okay, so I did just say it was Temu Trick or Treat, so it's not great. But the Mike Mendez, the director of Lavalantula, he directed one segment that was like, I think, kind of claymation-y.
Okay.
I know there were aliens involved and a serial killer at the same time. So if that doesn't interest you, it wouldn't interest me either. So Lavalantula is the first spin-off of the other sci-fi original movie, Sharknado. And also it exists, so obviously because it's a spin-off, it exists in the same universe.
Yep.
As Sharknado. The other two spin-offs, I just wanted to say this because they're hilarious names. The other two spin-offs of Sharknado are called Sharknado, Heart of Sharkness. And then also, which is like a sequel of Lavalantula. What do you guys think would be like, how would you name the sequel to Lavalantula?
Magma Arachnid.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
No, it's called To Lava To Lantula.
That's better. That's better than what
You're
I had.
fucking right. That's amazing. So the movie Lavalantula follows a once notable 90s action star named Colton West as he navigates volcanic eruptions that are caused by lava spewing tarantulas.
I can't. Should we preface and say that I have never seen Cocaine Bear or Lavalantula?
Yeah. Oh, I haven't never seen Cocaine Bear or Meth Gator. We're all going in blind.
We're all
here.
going in blind to each other's movies.
And I think that was the point.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the has-been, Colton West, 90s action star, is played by Steve Guttenberg. His role in this movie is funny because he's basically playing himself. It's supposed to be self-aware,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
All right. Here's the plot of Lavalantula. We open as Colton West, the aging 90s action star, played by Steve Guttenberg, who you both no fucking clue who he is.
No clue.
Is acting in what looks like probably a D-list movie. And this is like present day, right? He argues with the director because he was almost hit with liquid nitrogen. It's actually Chekhov's liquid nitrogen.
The opposite of lava, notably.
And he storms off the set. As he's balls deep, I know I was drunk when I wrote these notes. As he's balls deep in LA traffic, the ground trembles and he sees balls of fire erupt from faraway mountains. What mountains? I don't fucking care. And horrifically CGI'd, car-sized, fire-breathing tarantulas emerge in front of him, and he escapes in his car by like whipping a U. I don't fucking know. He gets out. He gets out of that sitch. Obviously, there's also family drama happening at the same time with Colton West, right? It seems like Colton West is maybe not the most present dad. So his son angrily left the house at one point to hang out with his friends. And that's that. Sorry, I said that weird. Also, this whole time, Colton's not there at his house. Colton's son has left the house. His wife is just chilling on the couch. So the whole time, there are hilarious news clips about Colton, how Colton has basically been insufferable, and his wife is like actively watching this whole thing. So the day before, he was arrested for like public intoxication or something.
Okay.
And like they just are like these like news clips that they like put in are just shitting on him. I don't know. I like couldn't stop laughing watching, and his wife is just sitting there like, what? Wait, now what? Like, what the fuck? Colton arrives home and tells his wife about the Lavalantulas, and then leaves with a shotgun to go find his son, leaving his wife. His wife's still there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bad husband.
I think that's like what this movie is about.
Oh, bad husband.
He has to grow
Like being
as a person.
being a shitty husband and an absent father, and only realizing the error of your ways when the lavalantulas attack.
Okay.
I think that's what this is about.
We love
Yeah.
a sci-fi movie with a message.
I feel like all of them probably have the same message, which is something along these lines. Be a better dad. Be a better mom. It's like the most surface level. Like, just be better.
Mhm.
Okay. Colton's son, so who left, remember, angrily. Colton's son is with 3 of his friends. And then in parentheses, I said, they all definitely have names, but I don't care. When they hear a loud explosion, they go to investigate and find a sort of sinkhole, out of which emerges what?
A lavalantula.
A bunch of lavalantulas.
Okay.
Yeah. One of them kills one of his friends from the group, and then they go and escape to a warehouse. This is all while Colton is manically driving to find his son. While he's driving, lava from one of the many weird lava spider sinkholes destroys his tires, so he's forced to hijack a tourist bus.
Oh, okay.
You
That makes
know,
sense.
like in LA. This is also on the news. And yes, his wife does see it.
course
And
she
it
does.
basically is like
God damn it, not
Colton.
again.
Colton West hijacked a fucking bus. And she's like, "God, what the fuck?" I don't know if she's aware about the lavalantulas yet. One of the lavalantulas, so while he's like hijacked this bus, one of the lavalantulas jumps on the front of the bus and Colton ends up running it over. Uh-oh.
That can't be good.
The spider's blood is actually acidic.
Of course it is.
So the whole front of the bus starts dissolving. Colton evacuates the bus and it blows the fuck up.
Cool.
Meanwhile, the army rescues Colton's wife from their house. So she's like in an army car driving away.
Don't pull me away from my TV.
I gotta see what the fuck my weird ass husband's been doing. He's literally hijacked a bus. Colton runs into a plethora of weird obstacles and people before ultimately ending up in a museum where he meets a scientist who apparently has been studying this shit, the lavalantulas.
Okay. What?
No explanation of like how he knows about that
Why didn't he warn people?
or what. Right. There is like a cameo during that scene where Colton's like running into all these like weird obstacles before he gets into the museum. Who's the guy from? I think he's from Goonies. The redheaded guy? No, maybe not Goonies. What is it?
Sam?
Sandlot.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Redheaded kid from
Yeah.
Sandlot, like the chubby.
Yep.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
he's in this.
Okay.
I cannot remember context. I just know that he is in it.
Oh, Patrick Maxwell Reyna
So he's in this randomly.
okay.
Couldn't tell you who he is.
as Chris, a tourist.
Oh, yeah. So apparently he's just a random tourist. Great. All right. Sorry to completely derail that. Okay. So as I was saying, he gets into a museum where he meets a scientist who has been studying the lavalantulas.
Okay.
The scientist has worked out like how to kill the spiders. All of them. How do you think that is?
Not blowing him up.
No. It's like kind of like a common thing with like hive mind creature feature films.
I know the answer, so I'm not gonna.
Oh, I don't know. I can't think straight right now.
Oh yeah, I did also gave her drugs. So you kill the queen.
Oh, yep. Okay.
Do you find and you kill the queen? So that's the answer. Is that you kill like the queen lavalantula.
Okay.
That's always the answer. Gotta kill like the queen
Yep.
to kill the hive. So a fucking lavalantula gets into the warehouse. Remember? Okay, so let's go back. We're going to where Colton's friends are at the warehouse.
Okay.
Or Colton's son's friends.
Yeah.
Because I didn't bother to remember any of their names. So they're in the warehouse and a lavalantula obviously gets in. Colton's son fights it off. But one of his friends, who apparently was previously burned while they were like running to the warehouse, she starts seeping and this is fucking gross. She starts seeping mini lantulas, is what I wrote.
Ew.
Mini lantulas out of her fucking mouth.
Okay.
And she's like, and then she starts on fire
Cool.
and dies. Dorito baby Spidos kill Colton's son's last friend. And so
Oh,
it's just Colton's son. He gets to the roof of the warehouse to send Colton his location.
okay.
So actual Colton West, his location. At the same time, Colton's wife is in an army vehicle with a bunch of army men. This vehicle gets overrun by
Lavalantulas.
lavalantulas, you're right. And everyone gets burned up and killed while she hid her ass under a flame resistant blanket.
Okay.
She was like, "This mine." She co-opts the army vehicle and drives away to find her husband. The folks with Colton in the museum are killed. And while he's escaping, his wife finds him and they leave to find their son together. Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah.
While their son climbs off the warehouse roof where he sent that text to Colton, he's almost attacked by a lavalantula, but he fends it off with a fire extinguisher and his parents arrive at the same time. Colton realizes that the spiders can be killed with liquid nitrogen.
Oh, okay.
Chekhov's.
Foreshadowing.
Because of this realization, they head to the special effects department for the movie that he was acting in the beginning,
Okay.
where he stormed his ass off. All of the people working with him on that movie from the beginning are still fucking there for some reason, and they make a plan together to kill the queen.
Okay.
And they're so easily convinced. They're like, yeah, you're probably right. Then he gives an impassioned speech to the props and special effects department, which I will recite now.
Hmm.
Because ready?
Yeah.
So ready.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight I call upon you, the good people of the motion picture industry. It is you who work tirelessly. 12, 14, 16 hours a day, giving pints and pints of your blood for our great nation.
What?
Yes, some might say it's just entertainment, but we know better. Our movies are where the hopes and dreams of this great nation are born. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm chagrined to say tonight might be our last production, but I beseech you, please think another way. Tonight is our opening night. Tonight is the night we save our city, our homes, our families, that we believe in a tomorrow. And then, I'm so sorry, there's a bunch of like LA sports bullshit references that I didn't even bother to type out. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight I ask you to unify as a city. Above the line, below the line. Tonight we draw the line. This is your city. This is my city. I was born in this city. I'm going to die in this city. But not tonight. Viva Los Angelinos. That's a speech.
Very nice.
Okay. Colton and the film crew create liquid nitrogen bombs and place them around where they find the queen's lair,
Okay.
and they set them off. Some smaller lavalantulas come out, and the film crew all shoots and kills them. While the queen lavalantula emerges, Colton puts on a fucking jetpack, flies over the queen, and drops a nitrogen bomb into her fucking mouth.
Wait, are you fucking serious?
I'm fucking serious.
Puts on a jetpack.
Yeah.
Of course he does.
It's like, it's from a movie that he like had done. I feel like it's very a la like Iron Man. Like it was supposed to be like kind of, oh, this is what I did. It was very Iron Man.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I know. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to tell you that. Colton puts on a jetpack, flies over the queen, and drops a nitrogen bomb into her fucking mouth, kills her, and the city is saved. You guys, the city is saved.
Wow.
Did they do a Chekhov's jetpack, or was it only Chekhov's liquid nitrogen?
No, I don't even think the jetpack thing was introduced until the third act.
They had me for a little while.
Baby, this is a sci-fi original.
Yeah, that was grossed 90 million against a budget of 30 million. So, not bad.
Are you ready for my final thoughts about this movie?
Yeah.
The very bad CGI almost caused me an actual psychotic break.
Sci-fi original, baby.
It made
Woo!
me so uncomfy. I was so unhappy. but I watched it anyway. And now I have a silly little question for both of you. What animal plus element would scare you the most?
Something with a snake, because I fucking hate snakes.
And then
You
what
hate
element
snakes?
scares you the most?
Yeah,
Interesting.
they just freak me out. They don't have legs.
And then what about
Spiders
Like-
don't bother me though.
element?
Probably fire. Yeah,
Fire snake.
a fire snake.
Fire snake.
All right. What about you?
I would say like a fire cat.
A cat.
I have 3 cats, so
Yeah,
like
I
if
know, what
one
the
of them
fuck?
started spitting fire, that'd be terrifying. My whole house would be ruined. That's where I'm approaching this.
Okay, fair enough.
Like I have if one of my cats started suddenly spitting fire, I'd be fucked.
True.
Mine would be like, I guess this isn't really element though. Space spider.
Face.
So like Alien
Okay.
with the
yeah.
face grabber.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's my
basically,
fucking nightmare.
Alien is a space spider. I would say also like earth dolphin would be freaky just because that doesn't make sense, you know?
What they're just like
They're
Well-
like it's like a dolphin. It has to live in water, but it can also like earth bend like fucking Avatar.
fucking A.
That'd be pretty sick, actually. Never mind. Come back around. That'd be
Oh,
sick.
now I just scared myself with the space spider. All right. Are we ready for Chance to do his own? He's going to do it. Chance is like almost started becoming the unofficial third host.
Uh-huh.
Hello.
You'll be official soon.
Kind of whenever I decide, I'm the one who does all the editing.
We can fire you whenever we want.
Okay. I own 51% of this company.
And how much are we making?
So much. Patreon.com/slay. What? No, we don't actually have
We
a
don't have that
Patreon yet,
yet.
but
No.
maybe one day. Okay, I am covering Cocaine Bear. Are you ready?
I'm so fucking ready.
Cocaine Bear is a 2023 horror comedy film that is written by Jim Warden. I don't know who he is. Elizabeth Banks directed, though.
I
Who
fucking
is-
love her.
Effie Trinket in The Hunger Games. One of the judges in Pitch Perfect directed Pitch Perfect 2. This movie is far better than it has any right to be. I thought it was going to be like
A sci-fi
a
original.
sci-fi original.
Yeah.
It is not.
Oh.
It
It
is.
got like a theatrical release.
It got a
Yeah, it
theatrical
did.
release,
that
but
means
even
it can't be.
even then,
Right.
I'm just like, because this came out. I feel like Cocaine Bear became popular, like a popular subject on the internet shortly before this came out, which in hindsight was probably like guerrilla marketing on their part. I was expecting it to just be this like dumb, schlocky, terrible CGI, sci-fi movie. The CGI was terrible. The movie itself was genuinely really good and really funny.
Oh.
So let's
Do you know the production company?
no, but I can look that up.
Sorry, I don't even know why I'm interested.
Lord Miller Productions, Brownstone Productions, Jurassic Party Productions, distributed by Universal.
Oh, by Universal.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's get into the plot, shall we? So it
Yeah.
starts in 1985. A drug smuggler named Andrew C. Thornton II is on a plane. He's throwing duffel bags of cocaine. He's super fucking high, also.
Of course it is.
He's throwing duffel bags of cocaine out of this plane, and then finally gets all strapped up. He's got a duffel bag around him to parachute out, and he smacks his head on the top of the plane and falls out. So he's found in the gravel driveway of like an 85-year-old dude in Knoxville, Tennessee, dead, obviously. And local detective Bob comes and identifies the body and links Thornton to drug kingpin Sid White and knows that there's more cocaine out there. Like he just kind of intuitively knows that that this was a cocaine drop. So meanwhile, while all that is happening, in Chattahoochee Omni National Forest, 2 hikers, Elsa and Olaf. Olaf is played by Christopher.
Hey, those are characters from fucking Frozen.
They are characters from Frozen, and Olaf is played by that ginger wildling from Game of Thrones, like the main wildling, other than
I've never watched Game of Thrones. I'm so sorry.
Well, Christopher Hugh, I don't know. So they're hiking in the Chattahoochee, and they pause to enjoy this beautiful scenery when they see a bear, an American grizzly, or an American black bear.
Hey, those are the worst.
The black bears?
I think black bears are like the most.
If it's brown, lie down. If it's black, fight back. That's the for bears. Because grizzly bears, brown bears.
Wait, so no, explain that more.
Brown bears, you play dead, and they'll leave you alone. Black bears, if you give them any sort of resistance, they'll leave you alone.
So black bears, you have to be like
black bears. If you see a black bear, you get real big,
and
you yell,
and
you like whatever. Okay. If it's a brown bear, you fucking lie down. If it's brown, lie down. If it's black, fight back. If it's white, say goodnight.
I know, because they're fucking
polar bears
vicious.
will fucking kill you.
Yeah, they look cute in those fucking Coca-Cola commercials.
But they will kill you for sport.
They'll fucking kill you, and they'll like it,
and they will,
and they'll laugh about it.
So these two hikers, Elsa and Olaf, pause on their travels to admire the sights, and then they are attacked by a high and highly aggressive black bear who's eaten some of the cocaine that was dropped out of the plane. So not far away, middle schoolers Dee Dee and Henry play hooky. Children, middle schoolers. Middle schoolers Dee Dee and Henry play hooky and travel to Chattahoochee to paint a picture of a waterfall. On their way, they discover one of the lost bricks of cocaine and do some in a very stupid way.
The kids?
The kids.
No.
The 12-year-olds. Like, cut open this brick of cocaine and then, like, how do we do it? You eat it, I guess. And then they try to eat some of the coke and then spit it out immediately because it tastes gross. And
the kids are doing coke.
The kids are doing coke.
Wait, what? How?
So what I wrote is that they discover one of the lost bricks of coke and take some in a very unrealistic way that would probably kill two 12-year-olds. Not to mention how fucking numb their mouths would be, because they literally
eat it?
They take like a knife full,
like
a giant pile on the knife, and put it in their mouth and then spit it out immediately. But even then, like that much coke just being like coating your mouth is probably gonna kill a 12-year-old. A, B, they don't act high the rest of the film, which is one of my few problems with this film. And they never address the fact that their mouths are gonna be so fucking numb.
But also, like, how would kids look at a brick of coke?
Well,
and know that you like sniff it.
Well, so it's Dee Dee and then Henry, and Henry is trying to be cool and like, yeah, I do coke all the time, and Dee Dee's like, no, you fucking don't.
Know?
They know what coke is. They don't know how to do it, which is why they take a knifeful and like try to eat it.
Oh.
But like, would you guys look at, like, as a 12-year-old, look at like a brick?
No.
And know exactly what it is?
No.
Probably not.
No, I would have no fucking clue.
But
okay,
they did.
Anyway.
Yeah.
But I guess in what? Chattanooga?
Chattahoochee Omni National Forest. I hope I'm pronouncing that right.
There they do.
All right, so that's what happens. And then the bear, who has at this point developed a coke sense.
What is he? Is he brown or black?
It's a black bear.
Fuck.
And it's a she.
So I'm so sorry. That
Visible.
Was very
you misgendered
like,
that bear.
I know,
you just misgendered
like,
that fucking bear.
Very like internalized misogyny. I like. Yeah. I'm so
That's
sorry.
Fair. I mean, you assume an aggressive bear attacking.
It's a man.
Male. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, no. Yeah. No, I'm right. That's fair.
It's a female. It's full tits. All 6 of them.
You see boobies?
You see bear boobies.
You see bear boobies?
You see bear boobies. From like the first shot, you know it's a female because you see the nipples.
Oh.
Now I have to fucking see this movie. What the fuck?
It's so fucking good, dude.
All right, keep going, baby.
So the bear, who has at this point developed coke sense, like this bear can sniff coke from a fucking mile away because it's an addict now, attacks these kids, and then we cut away. So back home,
killed, presumably.
Back home, Dee Dee's mother, Sari, not Sarah, Sari.
Oh.
Sari.
Okay.
has discovered that the kids have skipped school and sets out for the park to find them because she knows that Dee Dee wanted to go paint the waterfall. She joins up with Liz, who's a park ranger played by beloved character actress Margot Martindale.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
Margot.
As well as Peter, a wildlife activist who Liz, the park ranger, is in love with. Brief note because this comes up later. So when Liz is at the park station, she's the ranger station, she's like getting ready for, Peter to come and putting on like lipstick and perfume and shit. And these kids, this one kid, his name is Stash, and he'll come in later, comes in and like steals money from her, whatever. But he's part of a pack of delinquents that have been like terrorizing the park that are Liz's mortal enemies.
Okay.
So Sari joins up with Liz and Peter, and they go out and they try to find the kids. So out in the woods, they find Henry, one of the middle schoolers, Dee Dee's friend, like way high up in a tree. And he tells them about the bear. Cokie the bear then attacks.
Are you calling him that?
We'll get to it.
Oh,
So
okay.
Cokie the bear then attacks, causing Peter the wildlife activist, to scramble up a tree after he gets like covered in cocaine. So he's covered in cocaine.
So Cookie's looking for him.
He runs up a tree. The bear slashes Liz, chases Peter up a tree, and then the bear, using his keen coke sense, is attracted to Peter up in the tree. He climbs the tree and like mauls him, like makes his leg fall off. It's fucking awesome. It's so cool. So Sari, Henry, and Liz escape with so Dee Dee is missing at this point. Henry's up in the tree. Dee Dee, the other middle schooler, is like missing. Don't know where she is. But Sari and Henry, the mom and her daughter's best friend, escape. So does Liz. Sari and Henry go off into the woods to try to find Dee Dee. Liz goes back to the ranger station to try to find help.
Is Elizabeth Banks not physically?
She's
in
not
movie?
in this movie. She's just the
So
the
cool.
director. So while all this is going on, drug kingpin Sid White, who Andrew C. Thornton II was smuggling the coke for, he sends Eddie, his son, and his goon David to go and recover the missing coke that Andrew C. Thornton II threw out of the plane. While David is using the bathroom at the Chattahoochee Park, like ranger station, he is attacked by local roustabouts Ponytail, Vest, and Stash, who try to mug him.
Okay.
Those are names.
Those
Yeah,
are their
those are
names.
names.
They're like 3 teenage delinquents. So they try to Ponytail, Stash, and Vest.
Yeah, I don't love that.
Yeah, it's
That's
weird
just
names.
like not unique enough.
It's kind of fun though, isn't it?
No.
I don't know. But so those 3 attack David while he's in the bathroom at the ranger station. David fights them off, but gets stabbed in the process, but like kicks their fucking asses. So they wake up one of them, Stash, and they are like, "Where's the fucking coke?" And he's like, "I'll take you to the stuff that we found. We stashed it somewhere. Stashed.
Ooh.
I'll take you to it." So, David and Eddie hold Stash at gunpoint and make him lead him to the coke that they hid.
You can also, sorry, I'm so sorry to cut you off. You can tell Chance loved this movie because he's like not even looking at his computer screen at some points.
It was great. It was
He's
a great
literally just
movie.
staring at me and
He's
you.
so excited about
He's
it.
so excited about it. I love that.
Okay, so that happens. Liz, the park ranger, Margot Martindale, gets back to the station, followed closely by the bear. The bear has been pursuing her. And then she finds, when she gets into the ranger station, she finds the other 2 delinquents, Ponytail and Vest, are in there after getting their fucking asses kicked. They've already called an ambulance because Vest is like unconscious with a concussion. They called an ambulance. The bear attacks them. And then while trying to shoot it, Liz, Margot Martindale, accidentally shoots Ponytail, like blows his fucking brains out.
Oh my god.
He is at the front door and the bear is out at the front door. And she's like, On 3, open the door. 1, 2, 3, opens the door. The bear is just like sitting there. Kitty's out. And Margot Martindale shoots, but instead of hitting the bear, blows his fucking brains out.
That reminds me of the It Follows scene where Paul is like Paul is trying to shoot the entity, but ends up shooting Yara.
Okay, so a little while later, the ambulance arrives at the ranger station because the roustabouts delinquents called the ambulance, and they discover Ponytail with his brains blown out, like blocking the front door. They push in. They find Liz, beloved character actress Margot Martindale, like barely fucking conscious. One of them is checking Liz's pulse while the other is like searching the room, whatever, goes into a back room and opens this back room, finds the bear in there with the other delinquent vest who the bear has like slaughtered. Like,
oh, okay.
Decapitated.
I thought they were going to be like in a sweet relationship. Or
no. The bear like decapitated this kid and put his head in the bucket somehow.
Is it good? Like, is the like effects or are the effects?
The effects are decent. The CGI is, I mean, like not incredible.
So, do you think there are any practical effects at all?
Not many.
Like practical?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's not like obviously very practical. Like you can tell that some.
I love that we all three chose 3 different movies that clearly did nothing with practical effects.
Yeah.
There's nothing.
There's
in
some
LAVALANTULA.
There's some like practical bit. I mean, there was obviously like a practical leg that fell out of a tree when Peter got mauled. But I mean, it was all like CGI'd gore. But it's still good. It's still great. So the paramedic finds the decapitated boy in the back room. The 2 paramedics manage to escape the bear with Liz, the park ranger. They get into the ambulance. They drive off, but the back doors are open. And so the bear jumps into the back of the ambulance.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Kills the paramedic that's back there, knocks Liz, who's strapped to a gurney, out of the back of the ambulance. She falls.
God.
She like falls and scrapes her face. The gurney like turns upside down.
Oh,
and she's scraping her face across the pavement. And that's how beloved character actress Margot Martindale dies.
Oh no!
Oh my
so
God.
And then the bear makes the ambulance crash, and so the other paramedic flies out through the front windshield.
Oh,
it's great.
fuck. That's kind of fun.
And that sequence was like, I can't remember exactly what part of it made me laugh so fucking hard.
Yeah, you were telling me
great.
like 2 hours ago how hard you laughed while watching this movie.
Which I was not expecting to have like full belly laugh.
Yeah,
from,
you
shit.
said that though.
So
because like I understand how I did because it was fucking LAVALANTULA,
yeah,
a sci-fi OG.
This was not like, haha, this is so bad. This is haha, genuinely fucking a brilliant, like well written and acted and fun film.
Which also, you didn't talk about this. This is a real story. This is a true story.
I'll get to that.
Okay,
I'll get to that.
Thank you.
So meanwhile, Sari and Henry have found that Dee Dee, Sari's daughter, has left like a trail of paint through the woods for them to follow to find her. So while that's all happening, David and Eddie are led to the gazebo by Stash, the one delinquent that's still alive, showing them where they hid the coke. So he leads them to a gazebo in the middle of the woods, only to find that Detective Bob from the beginning got there first. So it starts this whole standoff where Detective Bob is standing on top of a gazebo with a bag full of coke and doesn't know how to get down because he jumped from another tree onto the top of the gazebo and hurt his hip. He doesn't know how to get down. They're down there. They both have guns pointed at each other, and it's this impasse. But then the bear comes. The bear comes and then attacks, but seemingly dies on top of Eddie. Because Eddie and Stash are laying on the ground and the bear like kind of goes over. They're all being like really still. And then the bear just kind of like collapses on top of Eddie and seems to be dead. But it ain't over yet.
Okay, yeah, I didn't think
Because
so.
the bear wakes up when he smells some coke, and Bob distracts it by throwing a brick of coke in the woods. So all that's happening. Then Bob is suddenly and fatally shot by Sid White, the drug kingpin, who has come all this way to make sure that his son and his goon don't fuck it up, because otherwise the cartel is going to like kill him and his entire family. So he shoots Bob and they escape. Meanwhile, Olaf the hiker leads Sari and Henry to the bear's den, where they find Dee Dee inside. It's like a cave, but they also find the bear's cubs. The bear has 2 cubs that are also addicted to coke.
No,
not the coke.
So
is this just about like?
it's about drug addiction,
It's
really.
about drug addiction.
So Sid, Eddie, and David, and Bob's partner who betrayed him, whole other thing, arrive at the den. They go in. The bear has come back. It has killed Olaf, the hiker. And the bear comes back, comes into the den. Sari, Henry, and Dee Dee escape out like the back entrance to this cave, which leads to the waterfall that they came to paint in the first place. So they're all on this back portion when the bear attacks. Outside the waterfalls, Dee Dee, Henry, and Sari jump into the water to like escape. And then Eddie and David, who have decided finally to give up the drug business, also jump into the water to escape. But Sid refuses to let this one bag of coke go. And so he ends up getting disemboweled by the bear and her cubs.
Well.
And that's where the movie ends.
Oh.
I'm okay with that.
Later, Stash, the one that led them to the gazebo,
Yeah.
hitchhikes to New York with a duffel bag full of coke, while Eddie, accompanied by David and his new dog that he got from Detective Bob, reunites with his son.
Oh.
And this is based off a true
A real story.
Yeah.
A bear got into cocaine because of a drop
So
from an airplane. But this whole
everything
story
after that is
made up.
false. So
Made
Andrew
up.
C. Thornton II, the guy who at the beginning hit his head dropped the coke and then hit his head on the plane, real dude,
Yeah.
really happened.
Yep.
Actually dropped a bunch of cocaine out of a plane and then died falling out of that plane. On September 11th,
Ooh.
1985.
Oh, okay. Wait, never mind.
So Andrew C. Thornton was a former Lexington Police Department narcotics officer turned drug smuggler.
Oh, wow.
And he
I wonder if cops are cool.
So he was on a plane with one other person, and they dropped like 40 containers of coke into the wilderness. The theory is that the plane was too heavy for the 2 passengers and all the coke, so they had to jettison it. Died upon impact, was found by an 85-year-old man in his gravel driveway. That's kind of where the truth ends, because the real truth of Cocaine Bear, also known as Pablo Escobar or Cokie the Bear,
That's fucking hilarious.
she was Pablo Escobar. So good. Female American black bear that fatally overdosed on cocaine from the cocaine that was dropped.
I don't love that she died.
So no one actually died as a result of Cokie the bear, which
Except for her.
except for her. So he dropped all this coke, and then like 3 weeks later, they found a dead black bear. They did a necropsy on the dead black bear, found its stomach like quote unquote literally filled to the brim with fucking cocaine.
Yeah, what else was she gonna eat? She gonna chomp on those fucking bricks.
You're gonna chomp on the bricks?
Damn.
She did, but no one died. So you can actually go and see Cokie the bear. Didn't want the body to be wasted, so they taxidermied it, and gave it to the Chattahoochee River National Recreational Area. It disappeared for a while and then emerged at a pawn shop and eventually made its way to Kentucky for Kentucky Fun Mall, where it remains to this day. and has the authority to officially legally bind weddings in the state of Kentucky.
Hello, what?
So there's a loophole in Kentucky's marriage
what the
laws.
fuck are you talking about?
There's a loophole in Kentucky's
the
marriage
fuck?
laws that say, so the bear, this is according to Wikipedia, the bear does not have the authority to solemnize weddings, but the state of Kentucky cannot invalidate marriages performed by unqualified persons if the parties believe that the person marrying them has the authority to do so. So the literal thought that this stuffed bear that might not even be the original bear, because again, it was found 3 weeks after the cocaine dropped, so it was pretty decomposed. So there's some controversy whether or not it's the actual
if it's
bear.
like actually the cocaine.
Yeah, but if it's actually the cocaine bear, but the thought that this bear can officiate a wedding makes it legally binding if you truly believe that it can officiate your wedding.
All right, sweet tits. I'm gonna go get married
By a bear.
by a bear.
And that's Cocaine Bear.
All right.
Meth Gator.
Math Gator. Math Gator. Math Gator. Math Gator. Math Gator. It's what everyone has wanted.
All right, ready?
Let's do it, queen.
So fucking ready.
So this movie starts off with meth dealers running from the cops in Florida, and let me just say, these cops aren't very good at their jobs.
Shocker.
I'm so surprised.
You see scenes of an alligator swimming in a swamp. One of the dealers drops a bag of meth in the water, and you straight up CGI watch the alligator sniff it and turn around. And he's like, huh?
It's like, wait, no. I love meth now.
The alligator eats the meth. He then
Obvious.
eats one of the dealers and a duffel bag full of meth.
What? Wait. So the alligator eats not only the meth,
But the
but
man,
the meth dealer,
yeah,
and then another.
meth, yeah, bag of meth.
Okay, so he's super
He
methed.
he crawls out of the water and eats a cop, and the other meth dealer just runs.
I can't be mad about that.
No. So we're gonna cut to the next scene. You see the mayor paying off a couple people to find the gator and kill it before the tourists arrive for Memorial Day weekend. It's giving
Jaws.
It's giving Jaws. The sheriff calls in backup. His son, who was on the force, is now working in Tampa, cracking down on meth labs. His name is Dante. Their goal is for the sheriff to call a dangerous waters alert, but the mayor won't do it. Again, giving Jaws.
Hello.
As Dante and the sheriff are driving, they start talking about the gator, and here's a quote from the movie. It made me laugh so hard. He ate an entire duffel bag of meth. How much meth are we talking? A lot. A big bag.
No, like it was like a lot of meth.
They also discuss Dante's best friend, Anna, who he believes is upset with him because he joined the same force that took down her meth dealing dad. A lot of meth dealers.
There's so many meth. So, this is in Florida, I assume.
Yep, Florida.
You said Florida.
Yep.
Yeah.
They finally... What?
I'm not sure.
Yeah. They finally arrive at this shitty looking bar where the mayor is giving a speech about how wonderful the Memorial Weekend festivities will be. Cutscene. A man named Bithlow is
Say
using...
that again.
Sorry, Bithlow?
Bithlow.
His first name?
That's the only name you know him by in this movie.
Repeat it.
Bithlow.
Bith
Low.
Low.
Bithlow.
Bithlow.
Is using a drone to find the gator, and he finds him, all right? The gator comes at him, but he escapes. So at the bar, Dante sees Anna working behind the bar. She retired from the force to work for her father figure, Gary. So after her dad got arrested or whatever, she went
meth?
for being a meth dealer. She ended up going to work for...
What city is this in?
It's some, like, island thing.
Like Podunk.
Yeah, I don't know.
That, like, meth is just, it's just meth.
Yeah. While
The city is called Meth.
City.
It's Meth City, baby.
While this is all happening, the people the mayor hired go out to find the gator. They find it, and they shoot at it and run, but the gator gallops like a horse towards them. I don't know who decided that gators walk like that, but he gallops in this movie.
How?
Incredible.
It's ridiculous. The man gets into the boat to escape, but the woman falls and gets stuck, and the gator drags her off and rips her limbs off. Then it comes for the man and eats him. So Bithlo shows up at the bar, and they all discuss how to kill the gator. Anna decides to join in, saying she has a reason to fight because she lost her father to meth.
It's like, now I gotta kill the
Meth gator.
the ultimate meth monster.
So now it cuts to more meth dealers packing up bags while their girlfriends are sunbathing outside. One of them drops meth in the water. Why are these meth dealers so fucking clumsy with their
They're
merchandise?
so dumb.
The gator comes and eats it, and then
that meth is like particularly like expensive though to make.
I guess I don't know, but
And also, I feel like if you are making meth, you're also doing meth.
true, I guess. One of them drops meth in the water. The gator comes and eats it, and then eats one of the dealers and one of the girls. The other dealer runs to his cell tower and climbs it. And guess what? The gator climbs the cell phone tower.
Yeah. That sounds well, if he's on meth.
Eats him, knocks over the tower. So now there's no cell service on this entire island. Now they start talking crazy science talk about how the gator is addicted to meth and is looking for its next fix. None of it makes any fucking sense.
When did this whole debacle start? Like time-wise?
It's been like a day.
Mm.
I
Not
don't
even.
know
It's
if
the same day.
Meth addicted gator moves fast.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Got a lot to do.
Gary
Well, yeah.
says, Sheriff, you're going to need more deputies. The ones you got ain't no good.
Yeah. I
Love
mean,
him.
He says ACAB.
And the thing about Gary is that every time he gets excited or nervous, he makes barbecue. Every time. He just really loves barbecue.
What does that look like? Can you explain what that looks like?
So anytime they're talking about going to find the gator, he's like, I'm going to go make barbecue.
He just like lights up the grill and
Yeah,
I love that for him.
I do
To be
too.
honest, good for him.
Good for him.
okay.
Anna runs back to Gary and asks if someone checked into the inn because the bar has a hotel attached to it. He says some dude checked in demanding a room and then cussed me out. Well, that's not unusual, right? I guess not. It is Florida. But no,
That's
this
fair.
guy was different. I don't know if he was local or not, but I don't think he was here for my barbecue. Poor guy. The meth head that escaped in the beginning of this movie was the guy who checked into the inn. The gator finds him, breaks in, and eats him. It's literally like hunting people down now.
Do we know if alligators are that smart?
I have no idea. They're lizards.
How smart is an alligator?
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm not reading the AI bullshit.
Yeah, absolutely not.
Gators are capable of solving problems and figuring things out. While this does help in their training, it can make wild alligators or troubling alligators more difficult to contain. In their quest to find territory, alligators have been witnessed climbing trees and chain link fences rather than taking the longer route to get around. So,
Oh,
okay.
okay.
What do you know?
I don't
So-
even know, but that didn't even answer my question. Are they smart?
I guess so. They know how to climb fences.
But are they smarter than pigs, which are supposed to be the smartest animal?
Is alligator. An alligator, sorry.
Do you know what I mean? I just want to know if they're smart.
Smarter than
I don't think anything about this movie makes any fucking sense.
Let me be curious.
Continue on. I'll do some more research.
So Anna sees what happened and there's a shootout and the gator runs off. They decide if they don't kill the gator before it gets to the super lab, it will be unkillable.
Wait, what the fuck is that?
The super lab where they make all the meth.
Oh shit.
Bigger
That's
teeth,
right.
stronger armor. You know,
Ugh.
science.
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 Bithlo knows exactly.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Bithlo.
And again?
Biff?
Yeah, Bithlo.
One more time.
Mm-hmm.
Say it one more time.
Bithlo
Thank you.
knows exactly where to go to get information and brings Dante with. It's a slapping competition where people slap each other for money.
That is a thing.
Dante wins the contest.
Yeah, you would know that. You
and
fucking-
asks the leader where the super lab is and offers him his winnings to show him. He agrees and says, I'll lead you there myself bright and early tomorrow morning at 11:30.
at 11:30 a.m.
Yeah.
That's bright and early.
He's a meth head. Who fucking knows? They convince him to go that night to show them. But for some reason, it's like daytime now. So they like leave that night to go find this super lab. But then it like cuts to the next scene and it's daytime now. They have to use a zip line to get there. Of course they do. But the
what?
Yeah. They use a zip line.
Her movie is the best movie.
But the dude, the meth head dude, stops mid-zip and says they must think he's stupid if they think he's going to take them to where the super lab is.
How does he stop mid-zip?
Who knows? He pulls a gun on him, and guess who shows up? The gator.
Meth gator.
It jumps and eats the meth head dude. So Dante and Bithlo run away. Meanwhile, the mayor is at the bar pouting about the gator because of the tourists. Grady tries to cut him off, and he gets offended and says, I'm just trying to keep the town alive and afloat. The mayor starts to leave the bar, very obviously drunk, and is drinking more. Don't drink and drive. And he takes out a gun to try to kill the gator himself. He puts meth in the swamp. Why does the mayor have meth?
Hello, what?
Oh, he's a mayor in Florida. I kind of assume they're all on it.
No,
be
that's kind
honest.
of, yeah, no,
Sure.
that's right.
Let's be real.
The gator comes and the mayor starts shooting at it. The sheriff finds him and starts shooting. Anna shows up and is about to grab a gun when the gator eats the mayor. Bye-bye.
Yes!
The gator runs off. No one seems too upset that the mayor is dead.
Well, he
Well,
was
why
a
would
meth
they
head,
be?
so
He seems like a big-ass piece of shit.
Meanwhile,
motherfucker.
Dante and Bithlo are stranded but find a working radio and are saved on a boat, but they find a dead body in the water. They all regroup at the bar. It's a common theme. They all just go back to this shitty bar.
But it's not meth field, the bar.
No, it's just full of barbecue.
it's full of barbecue?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Dante decides there's only one place they haven't looked for the super lab, and they decide to bait the gator using meth and a bell.
A bell?
A bell. They head out and find PVC pipes sticking out of the ground and a door to the super lab. They turn on the ventilation and find dead bodies. They realize that they suffocated because the ventilation system wasn't working, and that's why the gator couldn't find the lab, because the ventilation wasn't working, so it couldn't smell it.
So couldn't smell the meth.
Yeah.
This feels like so much less like an alligator on meth and much more like small town like fuckery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
That's why it's so funny. The ventilation is working now and the gator smells it. Somehow it figures out how to open the door to the lab, and the door to the lab is like a steel door in the ground with a lever that you have to like pull up. The gator figures it out. They start shooting, but the bullets aren't doing a damn thing. And Dante shoots a rocket launcher into its mouth, and there's an explosion. So they saved the day, right? Tourists start arriving.
No.
Bithlo is like, hey man, I'm going to go back to the lab and get a trophy from the gator. So the gator, he shows up, the gator deflates, and Bithlo tries to radio the sheriff. So apparently it never exploded. It just shed its skin and it wasn't actually dead.
That's not how gators. That's not how fucking gators.
Alligators
Alligators don't shed
do
their
not
skin.
shed skin. They do not.
Well, in this movie, he does.
Maybe, wait, hold on. 1 second.
Alligators do shed their skin, but not like completely like a snake. So
No, but what I was gonna say is that maybe if it's an alligator on meth, maybe it does, because we don't know.
we should give alligators meth and see what happens.
And see, like, maybe it does completely shed.
Yeah, maybe. So the gator enters the town during the parade.
Thank you for looking at me directly in the eyes when you're saying this.
Yeah. The gator finds the sheriff and he eats him.
Good.
Bye,
Yes, of course.
sheriff. Bithlo gets back and picks up Dante and Anna. They plan to use fireworks to blow up the gator.
A rocket launcher didn't work, but fireworks will?
Yes. Obviously.
Okay.
Dante shakes his shirt. So when he used the rocket launcher, the gator exploded and they were in like the super lab. So he got meth all over his shirt. So he's shaking his shirt that's covered in meth over the water to lure the gator. They shoot a firework into its mouth and it explodes. Gator parts everywhere.
So rocket launcher didn't work, but fireworks do.
Yes. Dante is hurt, but Anna does CPR and he comes back. They go back to the bar and have a toast to the sheriff. No one seems that upset. They're like, well, just another day in Florida.
Well,
Hell yeah.
well.
Anna
just
and
another day in
Dante kiss
Florida.
passionately in front of everyone, happily ever after, except for as the camera pans out, you hear a low growl.
God damn it.
Is he back? Is he coming back?
He might-
So I have some funny stuff about this
Hell
movie.
yeah. Let's hear it.
So in July 2019, the Loretto Police Department in Tennessee issued a warning to residents urging them not to flush drugs, especially methamphetamine, down their toilets. The police department's Facebook warned of possible meth gators in
Oh,
Tennessee.
you said Tennessee. Oh, I guess anywhere in
I
the
forget
South.
there's gators in Tennessee.
So even though the meth gator scenario was presumably a joke, their warning highlighted a serious issue with water contamination on its impact on wildlife, but they basically offered assistance to help people properly dispose of their drugs.
But that's like good though.
Yeah.
No, I like that. That's a good thing to do.
Originally, the title was Attack of the Meth Gator, but was changed to Meth Gator during the 2023 San Diego Comic-Con. Did it.
We did it.
We did a triple feature.
Don't forget to follow us on TikTok and Instagram at SlateWhatPod, and give us a rating and review. Thanks so much. Bye.
Slay What is hosted by Vodvarka and Ariel Wisniewski, and also kind of me, Chance Smith, who also does all the production and editing. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at SlayWhatPod. Email us at slaywhatpod@gmail.com. And surprise, this is the final episode of Season 1 of Slay What. We are going to take a little break and come back with Season 2 in July. Make some changes to the show, new format, some other stuff, so stay tuned for that. And in the meantime, you can go to strangehavens.com for more.